Okay, I'm sitting in the tractor on the edge of the field, and what I'm fixing to do is I'm in the 220 Magnum with the guidance, and I'm gonna make the wheel tracks in the cover crops for my sprayer, so I'll have something to go by. I don't have guidance in my sprayer, and this is the only time of the year all season where it's an issue. Every time else I'm using the sprayer, I've got rows to count or something to go by. So if I didn't do this, you know, I'd be weaving in and out of the field and leaving streaks and skips, and it'd be a mess. So it doesn't take that long to do everything, so it's really the only choice I got. So it's not that big a deal. So what we're gonna do is put in the swath width of my spray boom, and that's gonna be the skips that the wheel tracks will make with this tractor, and then I can come back with the spray tractor probably in the morning and fall right in and just follow those tracks, and it should work out just perfect. The plan is I'm gonna do about half of the cover crops this afternoon, come back in the morning and spray them, and then maybe tomorrow afternoon do the rest of the cover crops with the wheel tracks, and then come back the following morning and spray them. It's unseasonably warm this week. It's the first week of February, and these cover crops, I don't want them to get any bigger than they already are, so I'm going to spray everything. If I didn't get them this week, probably by the end of this week they will be significantly bigger because it's so warm. So that's the plan. Okay, now we are going to make sure we got the right field here. Alright, now we're going to get the right swath width for the spray boom. We should be ready to go. Got the little green icon there for the satellite showing that it's connected. Okay, everything should be good to go. Okay, as you can see, you know, there's nothing to go by. So I've got to have these wheel tracks, get it turned around. May be hard to catch, but I can see them, especially if I come back in the morning, they'll still be there. If you'll remember, if you watch my videos starting at the beginning of 2024, which was basically a year from now, a year ago, we had Elbon rye in the cover crops last year, and we had a lot of trouble with the root balls. So this is wheat along with Austrian winter peas. Got a few tillage radishes and turnips mixed in kind of by accident, but I'm anxious to see if the root system is going to be different on the wheat versus the rye, because that's what gave me trouble, was those root balls and having to get them mainly on the plastic field, you know, getting them smooth and chopped up, because it's, you know, the ground's got a lot of moisture, etc. So once we get this sprayed, give it a week or so and see what it looks like, and then the first chance we get, we're going to get in here and start working it up, at least part of it. Mainly the plastic field, but if we have a chance, we'll go ahead and start on the rest of it also. Okay, fast forward to the next morning, and I am here mixing up my chemicals, waiting for the fog to burn off a little bit, then I'm gonna head to the field. We're headed out. That little squirt bottle you saw me at the end there squirting in the chemical tank is foam buster, and that keeps the solution from foaming up. Certain products will foam real bad when you start filling it up fast with water, so it works really good. If you didn't, sometimes that tank would overflow with foam and it'd be a big mess. So it doesn't take much, just a few squirts, and it keeps it from bubbling and foaming. Okay, back in the field. Should be able to see my spray tracks. That's from yesterday. So we're just falling right in on those tracks, and my boom spraying on both sides, obviously. 45-foot boom. So the wheel tracks here are spaced out evenly, so it'll work out perfect. Okay, I'm putting out 12 gallons of water to the acre. That's pretty much my standard rate that I put out on everything, except when my watermelon and cantaloupe vines get big and I'm putting out fungicide with insecticide. I'll bump it up to about 26 gallons to the acre of water for better coverage. I've got manual wings on this boom here, and I can fold it out to 60 feet, and that's what I use it for, is when I'm spraying my watermelons later in the season. Everything else, I fold the wings back up and just use it as a 45-foot boom. So 12 gallons of water. We're putting out 40 ounces to the acre of Roundup Power Max and some Helena products, Quest and Dynamic, as well as that foam buster. Hopefully we'll start seeing some results of the cover crops dying down and yellowing up in about a week. about 12 gallons of water to the acre with my 300-gallon tank, then I can do 25 acres in a load. Last year, I don't think I used a high enough rate on the Roundup. I used a generic also, which the generic is going to be 4-pound active ingredient and the Power Max is going to be 5. So you use less of the Power Max, but it's going to be more expensive. But anyway, I went with the Power Max this year. Also using Gramoxone or Paraquat was an option, but you're only going to get a burn on the actual side of the leaf that you contact. Anyway, I don't like using Gramoxone anyway, but it'll grow back, or I could have used both Roundup with the Gramoxone, but the Roundup will translocate through the roots and kill it down to the roots and kind of keep it from coming back. So, you know, wheat is a grass, so that's probably going to be the best option to terminate it. It's going to be a Roundup or some form of glyphosate. All right, well, that's one load down. I think I'm gonna stop here and go finish marking off everything else with the other tractor and the tracks, and then come back in the morning and put out a couple more loads and finish it all. You never know how the sprayer is gonna work after it's been sitting up for a few months, but it did good. Didn't really have any problems. So anyway, we're gonna get back on the other tractor and try to knock the rest of that out today. All right, I'm back in the other field, and I gotta get out and show you this. It's pretty interesting. All right, you remember a couple of videos ago, I showed you how big these turnips were. I think it was on maybe one of my cabbage videos. And I said, I've never seen a turnip that big before. Well, these are like twice as big now. Thing's almost as long as my shoe. It's huge. I never imagined these things would get that big. Like these big old rocks out here. That one's not quite as big. Okay, well, I had to get out and show you that. Pretty surprised that they just keep getting bigger and bigger. I think the turnip that I had on my cabbage video was probably maybe 6 weeks ago, so they're almost probably gotten twice as big since then. But anyway, we're gonna knock this out today and get back in the morning and get everything else sprayed, and we'll be done with that. And all we gotta do now is just wait for it to die down, and hopefully we'll get some dry time soon after that to get in here and start working it all up. So appreciate y'all watching, and until then, see y'all next time.